What a jackass. He almost hits me and he gives me the finger. Ah. God, I love this power. It's like every 10 kilometers that go by, it gets faster and faster. I don't see myself getting tired of this bike anytime soon. Not only does it have the power, and speed, but it is so goddamn fun to ride. Now this is a review. I was gonna do a review at 1,000 kilometers. Now in 10 kilometers I'll be there, so I thought I'd just kick it off now. This bike, okay, I'm gonna start out by saying, like, when I first got into riding, I right away was attracted to the calf racers, you know, like bikes like that. Cruisers, yes, also. Mainly sport bikes though. That's when I got my first sport bike. And I decided to go with the sport bike because, hope this light isn't too long. Okay, perfect. I decided to go with the sport bike because it had the look and the power. This bike, has both, man. I just overtook that car like at a snap of a finger, and I did not feel like I was on a cruiser when I just did that. I felt like I was on a sport bike, and I don't mean a sport bike like a 1000cc or like a super sport. I mean, like, you know, your average sport bike. So this thing, it's basically sport bike power, and I would say maneuverability with a cruiser look, also with a hint, just a hint of sportiness. So this bike is like, it's like the bike that I subconsciously wanted. Like it's like a bike that I wanted that I didn't know I wanted, because I didn't know that it was out there until I didn't even know it was out there until I saw it at the shop. I didn't know it existed either. I really had no idea that this bike existed. It's got really good brakes too. Like, that was I don't know how it showed on camera, but that was a quite sudden stop I just did, and it stopped remarkably. It is such a good bike. I am really, 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 really happy with it. Like unbelievably happy with it. Like, I knew I was gonna get a cruiser after the sport bike because of the comfort, and also I like the style. But I knew that, like, there would be some stuff that I don't like about it, and that's what always pulled me back from getting a cruiser. like the speed and the style, like somewhat of the style, but this bike just, it puts everything together so well. I mean, I can't explain it. Well, I believe I just explained it, but those words don't even begin to like explain. It's just, it's one of those bikes that it's yeah, exactly. It's one of those bikes where people are going to judge, and you don't know what you're going to get until you get on it. Just like me, I read some things about this bike, and you know, it almost made me not buy it, but I am really glad that I chose to find out for myself. I don't regret it one bit. This bike is amazing. Okay, when you buy this bike, when it's not broken in yet, you're gonna be having doubts. You're still gonna have fun and everything, but you will have doubts for sure. For sure, you're gonna have doubts. And you know, you might not even get to the point where it's broken in, and you're gonna say, fuck it, I'm gonna change it, it's not too late. But you know, just give it time, man. This is the bike I think that everybody should be riding. It's got the right amount of power. It took me literally 4 seconds to get to almost 100 kilometers per hour. This is, like I was saying, this is the bike I think that is ideal for everybody. I mean, if you're not going to the racetrack and you just want to have some fun and not go crazy, or not go too crazy, this is the bike, man. I have a blast on this thing. The first review I did, it was like kind of a review of just getting into the bike, or just getting on the bike rather. And now I am into the bike because this is phenomenal. This is like I said before, guys, there's no way to explain it unless you do it. In other words, it's kind of like okay, it's kind of like seeing a lion on TV, and sure, you know that lions are a big cat, but on TV it's just like, you know, it's obviously it's on a TV and it's just a lion. And then like when you see it in person, and like it's a fucking lion, you know, that it kind of sinks in, and you see like the true power and size and intelligence of the animal. You know, it's the same basic thing. You see pictures and you read things, and you see it on the internet, and you're like, it doesn't look so great. And then once you're in person and it's broken in and you're on this bad boy, you know, it changes. Everything changes. I can tell you one thing. Okay. When I had the Ninja, I had it for... That was a lot of wind behind that bitch. I had the Ninja for, let's say, a week. And every day of that week I rode it. And honestly, like when I just got it and just started riding it that week, I wasn't having a blast on that bike. It was new. I somewhat took it easy. I was just glad that I had a bigger bike than I guess I was supposed to. It was a 650, like it's not the biggest bike, but I had a 250 before that, so I was just happy to not have a 250 anymore and whatever. But I didn't really have fun on that bike until maybe like a few months went by. I guess because I got used to it more. I'll go this way. I got used to it more. And I had more fun with it after that. But my point on this subject is that this bike, as soon as I got on it, I didn't need to get used to the bike. I didn't need to get into the bike. I had a lot of fun as soon as I got on the bike. Besides not going past 4,000 RPM at the beginning, but I like just the maneuverability, and it was just amazing. So comparing this bike to the Ninja in that way, I had a lot more fun on this bike because it was easier to get used to. And even now, like, I've had this bike for maybe 2 months, not even, no, okay, let's say 1 month, and I feel like I have more skills on this bike than I did on the Ninja after 2 years. So that in mind is showing you that how easy this bike is to ride and how amazing it feels on this bike. So that's gonna be the end of this review after 1,001 kilometer. It's exactly the spot I wanted it to be for this video. So 1,000 kilometer review on the Vulcan S 2015. Sorry if it was too long. I had a lot to get off my chest. And thanks for subscribing if you didn't already. It's just a click away. All my videos aren't gonna be about this bike, but this is the new thing right now for me, and as well as for others. And yeah, so subscribe if you haven't already, and stick with me, man. And take care. Ride safe, guys.